Good Sunday evening to all our followers online. This is Daniel Crawley with an update at 9:15 on Sunday evening. And, Sunday turned out to be a pretty good day across our four-county region. We had temperatures that got up into the mid to upper 50s. The sun came out for a while this afternoon. The rainfall that we thought was going to come through the region turned out to be a little bit lighter than we expected. It kind of slid through South Carolina and went to our south and east. So Sunday turned out to be a pretty nice day with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. As you look at this current map, we have temperatures in the low 50s across the foothills, Morganton, Hickory, areas like Statesville, Lincolnton, mid 50s as you head into the Shelby area, and then mid to upper 50s as we head into upstate South Carolina. For all our friends up in the high country that might be watching, Boone's at 49 degrees here at 9 o'clock. So all in all, it's not bad at all. We've had temperatures that really for this time of year are tolerable. What we expect is rainfall to move through tonight. We expect it to move in after midnight, and some areas will get anywhere from, say, a quarter to half inch of rain that will last through the early morning hours tomorrow and will begin to move out probably by mid-morning. There may be a few showers try to develop late morning, early afternoon, but I think the bulk of it will be gone. Will probably remain cloudy for a good part of tomorrow as well. All in all, it's not bad, and I know for a lot of folks who have enjoyed the last few days off for Christmas, it'd be a little bit of a damp start to your work week on Monday, but overall it's not going to be all that bad. The main reason why we're on here tonight, we want to talk a little bit about what's going on weather-wise and what we see going into the future, especially heading into the first few days of 2015. I put out a video last Sunday talking a little bit about what we thought was going to happen as we head into the new year. And I'm sure a lot of you guys remember I talked a lot about ridging that was going to occur in Alaska. And that has happened. And, that was modeled out pretty well by the computer models. And what that has done, it's allowed a good discharge of cold air from the Arctic and polar regions to move down into Canada and the northern part of the United States. The one thing that's really been a bugaboo for us here in the southeast has been this very persistent southeast ridge. And honestly, I thought that was going to kind of weaken as we head into, say, this week, but it hasn't, and it's remained firm, and it's going to be something that's going to be kind of stubborn to let go, I think, at least through the next week to 10 days. What that does is areas of the southeast are under a pretty strong southwest flow aloft, which is a mild flow, but what it also does, it prevents any of this cold air that's building in Canada to make a direct discharge to the south. Basically what's happening is that cold air is getting down to a certain latitude, and instead of just diving south, it's just kind of spreading out like molasses from west to east, trying to cover as much area as it can. And then we're going to have to get rid of this ridge at some point if we're going to get a really cold discharge of air, any kind of Arctic outbreak that we would be looking out for. We're going to need this to really disappear or weaken substantially for us to get any kind of major cold blast into the region. So that's kind of keeping things at or a little bit above normal right now. And looking at this model ensemble data, easy for me to say on a Sunday night, but look at this stuff. This southeast ridge is remaining fairly stout as we head through the middle part of this upcoming week and into the weekend. In fact, it looks like it's trying to build strong again for the weekend. So, snow lovers, I know I've had a lot of people ask me, when are we going to get cold, when are we going to get snow? I can tell you right now, as long as that southeast ridge is in place, that is going to prevent you from getting the cold that you need for snow. And anybody that's lived in the southeast knows that most of the time it's a battle between cold air as compared to a battle between moisture, because a lot of times we'll have the moisture in place, we just don't have the cold air. So be patient. We're still pretty confident. We think some things are going to happen. It's just been delayed, and a lot of that delay has been due to this persistent ridge. Just looking at this model, we get out to day 10. There's a few signs that ridge is trying to break down. We'll keep an eye on that and see if this grows in confidence as we head through the upcoming week. And if we see some things that look interesting, we'll definitely pass it along, and maybe heading into next week, we could talk maybe about the fact that we might have a change going on. But right now, through the next 7 to 10 days, we're pretty confident that winter weather will be pretty much at a minimum. We don't expect much going on. The one thing that we do expect to go on over the next 7 to 10 days, we're going to remain active. And I'll pull up the GFS right here, and I'm pulling up 48 hours from now, which is Tuesday afternoon. And, you know, I want to go back to the fact I made earlier. There's still a lot of cold air that's coming down into Canada and northern U.S. Look at this surface high of 1055 millibars that's located over eastern Montana. I mean, that's going to deliver a lot of cold air into the northern part of U.S. Areas like the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. It's going to get cold in that part of the country again, and you know that's coming for January. And that cold air is going to get a little bit. It's going to try to knock on our door, especially as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. I'd say New Year's Eve and New Year's Day we'll probably have temperatures in the 40s and lows at night in the upper 20s. Of course, for our mountain folks in the northern parts of McDowell, Northwest Burke, and northern Caldwell, it'll be a little bit colder than that on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But again, as quick as we have that, the temperatures begin to moderate, and here we go. Once again, we have another southern stream system that's trying to form as early as Friday. Pulling up the model here. As we head into Friday and early Saturday, we have another low pressure that's going to cut from Arkansas up into the Ohio Valley region, and it's going to bring more rain to the region. Not sure exactly how much we'll get. It's kind of early at this time to determine how much rain we'll get, but we're going to get one rain event probably on Friday and Saturday, and then we're hitting the end of the small run again, and we're talking Monday the 5th, another one. So this pipeline is really holding steady, and it's really remaining active, and I think that's kind of the battle we're in right now. When you get a pressure, or not a pressure, but a temperature gradient, and this map right here at hour 192, and of course this is 8 days out, this can always change, but if you look at this, you've got a lot of cold air to the north, you've got some pretty warm air to the south, and you're really getting a battleground right here. And while we're on the warm side of it right now, anytime you get a tight temperature gradient, you're about guaranteed yourself some active weather, because your storm track is going to run pretty close to that. So even if things are liquid right now, that's it's going to be active. So there's no doubt about that. And that's kind of been the trend through the entire month of December. We've had a lot of cloudy days of drizzle and light rain, and it seems like to be a repeating pattern right now. We're stuck in it. And it looks like we're going to start January in that same pattern. And if we see anything that, as far as the cold air, if we see that starting to bleed a little bit further south, we'll definitely keep you up to date on that. But again, over the next 7 to 10 days, winter weather looks to be pretty much at a minimum. So, that's kind of wrap it up for tonight. And again, we'll go over tonight's system. Going to have some rain rolling in after midnight. It should be out probably by mid-morning tomorrow, late morning at the latest, between 1/4 and 1/2 inch across the region. Hopefully it'll have some decent, nice, weather for the end of the year for on Wednesday and Thursday. It will be about average temperature-wise, and then as we head into next weekend, more active weather, and we'll just continue to monitor what's going on with things with that southeast ridge and the continued funnel of cold air into parts of Canada and northern U.S. Because I got to be honest, it's at some point this winter, you got to believe that dam in the southeast ridge is going to bust, and you're going to have cold air flooding south. I would be shocked, honestly, I would be shocked if we don't get it at some point. I will say, though, for the current time period, that ridge does look to remain pretty strong. So that's kind of an update on things, and we hope you enjoy this video. We're trying to use some different methods to get our word out to everybody online. Feel free to leave some comments on the post that we put up on our Facebook page, and we might be doing this kind of on a weekly basis, especially during the winter months, because things really change quickly during the winter months, and we kind of see some threats from time to time, and these videos we're going to kind of put out on a weekly basis to kind of give you a thought and an update on our thoughts looking ahead. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everybody's had a great holiday season. Got the new year coming up on Thursday. And as always, check us out, burkeweather.org. Check out our Facebook pages, McDowell, Burke Weather, Colwell Weather, Catawba County Weather. Leave us some comments. Show us some love. Let us know how you feel about this stuff. And we'll try to, for all our snow lovers out there, we'll try to get you some winter weather in here at some point. But again, for the next week or so, we're going to stay in this fairly warm and very active pattern. This is Daniel Crawley signing off on a Sunday evening. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll talk to you later.